Want to welcome you to the expansion series of the Mississippi Mockingbirds as we're playing Out of the Park 25 here. Hopefully a series to come with many videos as we try to take the first professional sports team here in Mississippi all the way to the World Series and build a dynasty. That's of course going to be the end goal here as we're going to attempt to do, what is of course been done by many people in this genre, as Out of the Park being a very popular game. Sometimes very niche, if you will, but regardless, I find myself tuning in multiple times to other people doing playthroughs. And I guess this will be the disclaimer for this video. I'm not a YouTuber. This is my first ever video. No desire to reach any kind of fame, notoriety, or really financial compensation for these videos. Simply, hey, I just want to document my playthrough, be able to go back and look on it, and share some of these organic storylines that occur and progress through other versions of Out of the Park baseball. As you probably well know, if you're tuning into this video, you've probably played many seasons yourself. And with that being said, you're probably a lot more experienced than I am, so please feel free to drop comments, anything that you think, to tips or tutorials, pass them along, because I will probably do something wrong or do something as not as streamlined or as efficient as one of you may have figured out. So I'm completely open to any kind of advice that you may have. So with all that being said, expansion draft is going to be tomorrow. As you can see here, we're going to be getting underway with that. We'll handle that off video, but before we do start, what I want to talk about here is, of course, the Mississippi Mockingbirds logo here. Shout out to ChatGPT, is a pretty cool little logo for the Mississippi Mockingbirds. And want to talk about the other expansion team that will be in here with us, as it's going to be over here is going to be the Birmingham Black Barons. Again, as you potentially saw the recent interview with Reggie Jackson down there in Birmingham, really powerful message that he had to share with people to listen and just hear about a trying time in baseball's history. So want to honor that, want to give recognition to a very cultured, a very real part of American baseball. And so the Birmingham Black Barons will be the other expansion team, as you can see here, to go along with the Mississippi Mockingbirds. Both southern teams, I know small market for sure, a lot of other expansion cities probably more deserving, and we'll hopefully get to that point as this league grows organically. We'll potentially add another team to each division and maybe consolidate back to the 3 divisions per leagues as currently stands in the MLB. But I guess talk about a little bit here the changes we do see. The AL East, we do have one team leaving, and that being the Tampa Bay Rays. They will go down to the newly formed AL South. Joining them will be the Kansas City Royals, really only the other geographically team that made sense to bring down to the South. Maybe a little bit of a stretch, but still at least closer than some of the other alignments that we actually see in the current MLB. Joining them will also be the Texas Rangers, leaving the West Division, and of course the new expansion team in Birmingham. Over here on the NL side, on the East, we do see the Pittsburgh Pirates coming over from the Central to join the East Division, and also to mention the Central Division now aligned as North Divisions respectively. And then finally the newly created South Division. It'll be the Braves, the Marlins, the Astros will actually take a AL-NL jump, and then finally the Mississippi Mockingbirds. So going to do the expansion draft. After that we will take some time and meet the team and see what we're working with. Alright, expansion draft has been finished. I had a problem. So originally, you will notice a lot different team owner personality and goals. But when I got to the point of the expansion draft and that save, for some reason, I had a bug, wouldn't let me continue no matter how many times I attempted. Someone can probably tell me exactly what went wrong, but in lieu of trying to troubleshoot and go through all that, I just started a whole new one, started that complete transition of the divisions and expansion teams and All that being said, we do have a different owner. He's a lot meaner than my last guy. He's unmerciful, where I believe my first owner was very friendly, or something that was green here, and gave me some, not as many goals. I definitely preferred my previous owner, but that doesn't really matter. We'll have to just deal with what we got. So let's jump in and take a look at how the draft ended up. I really tried to go with a strategy of course, prioritizing defense and range and things like that nature. But in a expansion draft, the harvest is not bountiful. So let's take a look here at our starting lineup. Roansy Contreras, I believe he was one of my first few picks. Just 24, has some room for growth there. Pretty consistent, middle of the road type guy. Same can be said for Allard, coming from the left side of the mound. Then we got Lucas Gill, Husker Wino, and Matthew Libator. Has some room for growth there to 24. Of course, that prospect that never truly panned out. And so we'll see. Maybe he can do something here, coming back up in the MLB after pitching some in St. Louis in 23. I think really probably my first pick was probably James Karnachak. I know he's injured, but being 28, and I will pause here. I'm not accustomed to seeing the 20 to 80 range when it comes to overall and potential. I am when it comes to some of the other ratings, so I'm not able to play with that viewpoint, if you will, just because it's I'm not quite used to it. So I'm going to be using the old stars method. So I do apologize if that's already getting someone angry. So anyway, yeah, just a closer that I think could be maybe our closer for many years to come. We'll see if that's going to be the plan there. Hopefully it can be, or more importantly, he can be some trade material later on to a team that is playoff bound, because we definitely will not be. As you can see, the rest of our bullpen here: Eli Morgan, Abner Uribe, Joel Kuhnel, Cody Funderburk, Brett Martin, Victor Gonzalez, and Eliza Hernandez. Tried to keep things pretty young, consistently here, under 30. In hindsight, these guys really aren't going to develop. We're going to be drafting. We're going to be rebuilding a farm team that's non-existent, and probably these guys will get leapfrogged along the way. Right now, I'm a little short for my full roster limit. Have to make some decisions there, as it is opening day, as you can see right there at the top of the screen. But anyway, starting catcher here is Will Banfield. Just really loved his defense. A lot of framing, blocking, and arm, just all super high, middle of the road, middle of the pack when it comes to some of his hitting stats. Really there just for that defensiveness. And then had a free agent signing of Jorge Alfaro, just for an older guy with kind of the same concept of a high defensive catcher. Dermis Garcia, pretty terrible personality, but not in the worst cases. Doesn't have anything bad against work ethic or intelligence. Pretty high rating there at first base, and like some of the power stats we're seeing here. So we'll see if he can hold down first base in this first season for us. Luis Urias, pretty commonly known Milwaukee Brewer. He was available, took him. He's going to be playing second base for us here. Shortstop is going to be Oswaldo Cabrera. Only 25, still has some room to grow there as far as potential, and man, can really play all over the place. So really liked his profile as we progress and get, more talent. He has options to be able to play elsewhere while we build around him and maybe eventually replace. Third base is going to be Chad Pinder, just kind of free agent signing, can kind of play everywhere. Jose Peroza right now is DHing for us, just the BABIP kind of being pretty high there, and not the most defensive superstar like some of the other players, so going to be sliding to their DH spot. Luis Liberato, very high defensive there in left field with some good range and arm, and of course love his personality. Got some good speed, middle of the road there in batting, which a lot of our batters are looking that way. Greg Allen, speed on the base paths, also a good outfield arm. Going to be playing center field. And there you can see just a normal hitter with not a lot of power. With the exception of Alfaro and Allen and Pender. Well, I guess we do have some people a little over 30. I didn't think we did. I was going to say I thought David Dahl would have been older. In my mind, he is, 34 or something. He seems like he's been around a minute since coming up for Colorado way back in 2020. Anyway, left field, high there. He's going to be playing right for us, though, as we had Libretto, a lot better left fielder. So, that is a look at how our expansion draft ended up. So, we're about to get in it. We're going to start simming some of this, and we'll update along the way, probably after a month or two, and see how the first taste of baseball goes for the Mississippi Mockingbirds. All right, I know I said I was going to at least get through a month or two, but I say we just jump in and watch the squad lose terribly for the first time right before our eyes. So you can see pretty much everything in favor here against the Reds, who will be the first opponent for the new franchise. We do have one player in our favor, and that's David Dahl. But, yeah, let's see how we go. And I do want to apologize. These uniforms are terrible. I did not take the time to really do anything with them. I just changed their colors and said, hey, let's roll. I was very eager to go ahead and get this started. So, let's get underway. Opening day here at Great America Ballpark, as it'll be the first ever game for the Mississippi Mockingbirds. Could they walk away with a win, as the first pitch here is actually going to peg James Allen? Let's send him second.
Come on, Craig.
Still in second. Let's try again. Just do it. Terrible jump. Get down. All right, there we go. So we got a man in scoring position, 1-0 count. Lewis, 1-2. He's going to go down and pop fly. All right, 1 out. Off the bat is Luis Urias. 1-2 count. Swung through. Strike 3. 2 outs. I did forget to mention Luken Baker with some reason in our AAA, so he's actually going to come up and be our DH instead. And it doesn't matter. He'll strike out. So after getting a free pass, 1 runner left on there. So let's see what happens with Rowency Contreras. A 1 count. Looks like we're going to have a ball in play. And there you go. Leadoff single. Start doing until runners in scoring position, and it didn't take long. Very next player hits a double. Oh man. 2-2 count. Rowency gets him struck out. 1-0 count. Be an athlete. Let's go. Throw it in. Oh man, I thought we may have a good play at the plate there. All right, first run there for Cincinnati. 1-0 pitch. It's going to be is it going to stay in here? It's gone. Not a good start for the Mockingbirds until runner in scoring position. We got out of that one. Hey, we got something cooking here. Runners at first and third. 2 outs, though. The batter is going to be Will Banfield, and he is only out there for his defense. Look at the kid. Let's go. Will Banfield, RBI single, cuts the lead to 2. Did not expect that. So Greg Allen, top of the lineup. 1-0 count. And that is going to do it. They're 1.5, 3-1 in Cincinnati's favor. All right, runners in scoring position. Didn't take long, only 1 out. Runners at first and third. Will Benson, the batter, still in on the play. Oh my gosh. We just had a first and third with 1 out, and we throw down to second. This guy is a defensive Mastermind. 65, 60, 60, 70. And he throws to second. Not only that, he throws in the outfield. Oh, man. 1-2 count. Strikeout. Good bounce back there from ONC. Rowenc. Someone correct me. Ground ball. Let's get out of here. One run there in the bottom of the second due to the blunder from our catcher. Top of the third. Nothing rolling. Bottom of the third. 2 outs, 3-0 count here with a runner at second. It's going to be a walk. Great bounce back. Getting out of that jam, potentially. So it's 4-1. All right, we do have a runner at second. 2 outs, though. Chad Pender, third base, is going to come up. 3-0 count, take a ball. So he's going to walk. He's going to bring up Banfield, who has our RBI 1-for-1. He did have that play, though, in the bottom of the second, so he definitely gave that run back. Full count. Just going to swing through that one for a sad out number 3. So through 3 innings, 3.5, still 4-1. Rowenc gets through that one. Nothing going for the good guys. Rowenc still feels okay. Hey, there we go. Pitching pretty well since that second inning. All right, here we go. So Frankie Montas is going to stay out there. He has 8 strikeouts over 5 innings, and he is just middle of the road. That's how terrible we are. Second and third, Oswaldo Cabrera. It's a 1-2 count, not looking good. Put the bat on the ball. That's all you want to do. Score a run. Good job, kid. Cut the lead in half, down 4-2 now. Still got a runner there at third. Chad Pender, your batter. 1-2 count, and he's not going to do his job. He's going to bring up 2 outs. And here's Banfield again. Banfield 1-for-2. Does have RBI. He's got a full count. Last time this was a strikeout with a full count. He is going to send one into the bleachers. And it is a tie ball game. The kid we drafted just for his defense, 3 RBIs here in the first expedition, first game for the Mockingbirds. And love that. Love that for sure. All right. Looks like we're still rolling. Greg Allen must have hit a double there. Luis Librito. It's going to go down looking. Got to swing the bat, kid. All right. I think we got to play this safe. I think we need to take the kid out. What do we got? Right, switch, right. Oh, man. All right, we're going to bring in Elicer. That did not take long. First battery faces. All right. Let's bounce back, kid. 1-2. Good job there. Strikeout. 1-1. Ball in play. No one's moving. That coming. And just like that, the tie ball game is back in favor of Cincinnati. And look at that, another homer. What is this kid doing, man? Like he's not that terrible. He is extreme fly ball. Just keep him in. Let's see. He can get out of it. Okay, he does. All right, top 7. Justin Wilson. He did give up the homer, right? Yeah. All right, let's keep getting to him here. Come on, guys. Nope. And I'm going to be taking out Elicer. Getting the blown save there, not getting the hold. We got left, right, and switch up. Hard to line up. We're going to put in Mr. Eli. See if he can shut him down. He does just that. See if we can get into Fernando Cruz here again, down 3, top of the 8th, running out of bullets, and that's not going to do it. Morgan's looking all right. Keep him out there. Perfect. Top 9. Let's go at bat by bat. Looking to close it out is Alexi Diaz. He's going to strike out the first batter he faces. Luis Liberato, sorry. He's going to go down swinging. And why not make it a hat trick? Strike out the side. Indeed. Can't do anything about getting the wood off your shoulder there, kid, and that's going to do it. Not that terrible of a showing. I mean, all things considered. 3 runs in the bottom of the first hurt. That's hard to get past. But that 6th inning, where is it? Banfield. I mean, again, was not expecting really anything crazy here, but 3 RBIs on the game. But that blunder, man, back in the 3rd, 1st and 3rd, runner steals. You don't throw down. You pump fake. You do some trickery. I don't care. But instead, he throws into the outfield. So that was wild. Anyway, there you go. There you have it. First game for the Mississippi Mockingbirds. We will be back after a couple months and see how the start of the season fares.